The Lagos State Government, through the Commissioner for Commerce, Corporatives, Trade and Investment Office, hosted the 9th Lagos Corporate Assembly at Eko Hotel and Suites, themed Unpacking Barriers to Ease of Doing Business, Accelerating Business Growth. This significant event brought together Nigeria's leading business figures and government officials to discuss and address business challenges in Lagos. The assembly saw the participation of notable figures, including Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represented by Deputy Governor Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, consuls-general from China, Brazil, Switzerland, India, and Denmark. Representatives from key business organizations like the chairman of Access Bank, Aigboje Mokwede, Monisola Hunkponu Wusu, founder CEO of Wood Hall Capital Limited, among others. Folashade Medebe, Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative, Trade and Investment, delivered the opening address, emphasizing Lagos' leadership in facilitating business operations and pledging the government's commitment to collaboration with local and international chambers of commerce. She assured participants that the government is addressing concerns raised at previous assembly.
We will continue to build on the major drivers of the state's economy, increasing the contributions of the manufacturing sector, road transportation, building construction, wholesale and retail, telecommunications, financial institutions, and real estate. As an implementing ministry, MCCTI will continue to interface with other ministry departments and agencies here in the state, across other states of the Federation and at the federal level, including relevant local, international institutions alike. We will continue to collaborate with bilateral and multilateral chambers of commerce and industry to achieve and sustain the objectives of having an enabling environment, where doing business in Lagos will be much more easier.
The Lagos State Deputy Governor, Dr. Hamzat, highlighted Lagos' position as the 5th largest economy in Africa, boasting 14 industrial estates and a large sub-Saharan African market. He acknowledged the valuable contributions of businesses despite global economic challenges and pledged continued support and engagement with the private sector.
But we still have, like I said, a constitutional requirement that breaks us into 3, federal, state, and local government. So in Lagos, one of the things we are trying to do is to make it easier for businesses so that we can align things, but we can't touch federal government taxes and the rest. But for state and local government, we can combine it and make it easier for them. So those are some of the things we are doing. But like we said, of course, we never get it right every time. So that's why we're here. They will tell us exactly what the challenges are, and we'll try and see how we can resolve it. Thank you very much.
Dr. Jumoke Oduwole discussed the role of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, in tackling business constraints. She emphasized the federal government's commitment to economic diversification and outlined PEBEC's recent initiatives, including the strategic outline released in January 2024 and the launch of PEBEC Business Champions Program.
Challenges are temporary. We need a lot more foreign direct investment to come into the country. We had several representations from embassies, from China, from India, from Denmark, from Switzerland, right here present at this assembly, speaking on behalf of South Africa, speaking on behalf of their companies. They wanted to know what it is that the federal government is doing so that they can speak to their representatives, to their companies, and assure them that steps are being taken to address the business climate challenges. It's a global phenomenon. So when the state government prioritizes such an initiative, working in collaboration with all arms and levels of government, the local government, the federal government, and the state government, working with the judiciary, the National Assembly, we had representation. Lagos State's representative was here present as well. We spoke about judiciary and access to respite for judicial interventions. Then you know that foreign investors can be assured that the business climate is open for business. Lagos State is one of the largest economies in Africa. It's about the 5th or 7th, however you calculate it. economy in Africa. Lagos State's economy is larger than about 24 African countries. So it's not a small thing to govern Lagos State. It's not a small thing to host over 24 million people. It's not a small thing to host a vast array of private sector from every sector you can imagine, from MSMEs to the largest corporates, from financial sector to tech to manufacturers. They're all here talking about issues with the ports, talking about issues with infrastructure, talking about issues with FX, monetary, some state issues, some security issues, whatever it is. Collaboration works. When we continue to engage and we continue to speak with each other, honest, candid opinions and discussions, and respectfully listening to each other, then we know that we definitely make progress in Lagos State. So I congratulate Lagos State government for this laudable initiative.
National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration Control, NAFDAC, also noted challenges faced by micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, outlining NAFDAC's initiatives, including user-friendly websites and reduced tariffs, aimed at supporting MSMEs and easing their business operations. Other representatives from various organizations highlighted the success of private-public partnerships in Lagos, showcasing the positive impact of cooperative efforts between the government and the private sector. In an interview session with some participants, diverse opinions were shared regarding the program and businesses in Lagos.
If the governor could continue with this arrangement, it will be healthy for the business environment in Lagos State. So to me, it's a continual something. They need to straighten it up, and they need to engage sectorials too. As you engage manufacturers from Nigeria, engage other sectors who are into business in Lagos State.
So what is really important for us here is that there's a strategic fit. The product market fit is really important to understand also for the Danish companies. And then, of course, the stability in terms of how to plan your business. The local partnerships is crucial because we cannot get the MSMEs from Denmark, technology providers, to work in Nigeria without having a local partner. So that's also the stories that we are bringing back. So some of the role that we have is actually facilitating these partnerships. So easy access to relevant partners into the sectors that we work in. Agriculture is everything for us. Anything on tech, fintech, e-commerce, health tech, edutech.
Power is critical to the business, to the economy, to the industrial growth of any country. So if power is not there, then we know that the lack of growth that we've had has largely been because power has not really been supplied, been efficient, you know. And I hear in the presentation today, you'll see there's a lot of potential in Lagos to the extent that 2 distribution companies are in Lagos, Ikeja and Eko. But do we still have enough power to industrialize Lagos? No. We hear a lot of questions already about what is the policy direction of power. And I think thankfully we hear that tomorrow there will be a public hearing from the Ministry of Power because a lot of bills will be passed looking at mixed mixed generation for the state, gas to power and others. So yeah.
Like I always say, Lagos is not in Nigeria. Lagos is the largest hub in Nigeria for businesses. And as president of the National Chamber, it's only fair I come first to congratulate Lagos State for what they are doing and how they keep improving on the ease of doing business. And we're actually here to support them and to also give them kudos for what they are doing for Nigeria, investment climate, what they continue to do, especially for our creative industries, which Lagos is a hub. You can see most of our talents, the fintech, everywhere. And the faction, everything's in Lagos. So Lagos is so important, and there's nowhere else I could have been without being here today.
Lagos State has been very marvelous. They have been keeping to their words. In fact, from our rating, Lagos State is the most SME supportive state in the Federation. Back to back, corporate assemblies have addressed quite a number of issues, and we have gotten solutions right after those issues were raised, meaning that it's not just a talk shop, it's always an action-backed program, and that for us is a good one. And as of today, we in our association awarded the governor SME Most Friendly Governor of the Year, and that's the reason because we see him impacting on the MSME space. Lagos State has set a lot of models when it comes to the MSME ecosystem. One of it is the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund that has always been monitoring the heartbeats and activities of MSMEs in Lagos State, providing grants and loans, single-digit loans to MSMEs, running capacity programs and all of that to support MSMEs. And to us, it's a big deal.
The event featured an interactive session where individuals raised concerns, with Dr. Hamzat responding accordingly. The 9th Lagos Corporate Assembly offered a platform for discussing solutions to improve the business environment in Lagos, accelerating growth, and addressing barriers to ease of doing business in the states. Grace Komolafe, Souk News.